So the story on how I got this is I got it kind of on a whim. I remember it was Record Store Day 2024. Which that day was kind of a big deal. That was my first record store day after I started collecting vinyl. And I didn't know how cutthroat record store day was, and I was like, okay, so they're releasing "Re This Is Why" by Paramore on vinyl, and they're doing a black one and they're doing a red one, and I want to see if I can get one. They didn't have it. All the record stores I went to that day were like a zoo. But there's a mall that I go to that has a new record store and a used like CD store, like just old media in general, like DVDs, CDs, VHS tapes probably. But they had this copy of Sam's Town, and I already had Sam's Town on CD at that point. And I was like, okay, I want to buy something here. You know, I like talking to the people there. For the most part. And I was like, okay, I'll buy this, and it has like this bonus track on it where the white boys dance. Which I actually also had a Sawdust at that point, and I didn't know. I just because I listened to Sawdust, I'm like, Sawdust is like it's fine, I guess. Like it's not terrible. Like you can tell like why these songs were not released on Sam's Town proper. Like they're good, but like they're not that good. Like they're no like When You Were Young. They're no Bones or like Uncle Johnny. Like they're not any of those songs. Like they're good, but it's like whatever. Anyway, so I bought this. I was like, okay, I'll just buy this. Like I had no this is my only CD that's in like this like European style case. Like I don't have anything else like this. It's so weird. Like the RAM is there too. Like you're seeing double. Like I'd never had anything like this before. So I was like, okay, I'll buy this. It's $10, whatever. That was the only thing I bought on Record Store Day that year. Because now I know it is like Black Friday for vinyl records. You need if you want to get your stuff on record on the day, like you gotta wake up early. You gotta maybe even call in some favors. I had no clue. That's how cutthroat Record Store Day was, and now I have this and I have that story to tell. But that's not where the story ends. I did eventually end up getting Re This Is Why on vinyl. I did end up getting it. I got it like, okay, so Record Store Day is in like April. I got this in like, I want to say May or June. It was in the summer, and it is the red version. It is. This is probably the rarest record I own. Yes, the red version. I actually hadn't even listened to Re This Is Why. I just wanted it because I'm a Paramore fan. I like Paramore, and This Is Why is a great album, in my opinion. But I did end up getting Re This Is Why, just not on the day I thought I would have. That's how I got the Sam's Town Special Edition, European Edition, and Australian Edition. I don't even know. I'm assuming it's Australian. As to how it got there, how this version got in that used CD store, I have no clue. My best guess is maybe like someone bought it overseas and got it shipped to them, or like they bought it like while they're in Australia or the United Kingdom or some other territory. I don't know. I really do not know. Because this, like, I've literally, like, in Canada where I live, there is no CDs that look like this with this case. Like, this is unheard of. Like, you get, your jewel case, you get your digipack, which inevitably I want to make a video about, like, physical music collecting and just how bonkers it is. And this is one of the things I want to talk about. It's just, like, this is such a black sheep of my collection. And the thing is, you've seen in the Sam's Town video, I have the album already. So I didn't need this. I bought this because I thought this was cool. And I just like buying stuff. But it's just so weird. And the thing is, like, the case isn't any different. Like, it's like the same size. Like, sure, the spine is a little different. Like, you can see these little dingies and you don't get the Island Records thing. But, like, it's the same. I actually prefer these cases, like jewel cases, because, like, Obviously, I do. It's they're easy to replace. They're jewel cases. You can't go wrong with them. This, and also you hear the disc wiggling around in there. Like, this is more secure. Like, you don't hear that at all. So I'm so perplexed. This is probably one of the weirdest things I own, in terms of like CD collecting I do. Yeah. So that's kind of the history of how I got to this version of Sam's Town. But yeah, that's it. That's the story on how me wanting Re This Is Why turned into me getting this, and then ultimately still getting Re This Is Why anyway, because whatever.